Hello. Welcome. Hope you all are doing well today. Whenever you are watching this, I am Latisse. I do readings on here, as well as you can book a reading with me personally down below. I have different options, so go ahead and take a look in the book, essentially. Um, I also will be back on Twitch starting this Friday or Thursday, where I just answer questions, do reactions, talk, possibly do a reading, all the good jazz. But with that being said, done, and set up, let's go ahead and dive in and like, comment, share, and subscribe. So I wanted to do this kind of like an interview question, like what questions need to be answered in your life. I was talking to my little brother yesterday, and we were talking about how we did interviews when we were younger with each other, and I want to interview him and all this stuff. And he was talking about, and I was like, we should get back to that. This for fun. He was like, I ain't got nothing to interview about. And I was like, you didn't then either. Like, we were children on the mom's couch. So just adding that energy to it, I was like, what does the collective, what questions do they have? What needs to be answered? What needs to be asked of them? Things of that sort of what questions have you already heard that need to be asked that now you're going in the process of like, okay, answering. So we're going to go ahead and dive right into this. Essentially the cards that you'll be picking from, they all look like this for the overall energy from the moon deck. I have 3 piles. Pile 1, pile 2, pile 3, that would be down below. So whatever you feel called or drawn to, they're ringing in my ears, Ashe, is for you. But we're going to go ahead and get started with pile number 1 at 144. How are you, pile number 1? Hope that you are doing amazing. Now, I will say that your card is the only card that got one card, and I also got to start this reading beforehand, but then I did something else, and then it kind of worked out, but it's okay. We're here, we're present, and we're now. And the message is still going to get out, but you are the only card that got an actual question. And so we're going to pull into that, and it says, what do you need to release? Waning moon energy, right? And waning moon is, again, releasing. It is going away from the full moon. I like to think of wax on, wane off. So with this waning energy, you're coming off of possibly some information, some news, a new climax, a night for resolution, something really big, because again, it's coming from the full moon. So it's letting me know that something has happened in your life where it's either shifted your perspective, it's shifted your environment, it's shifted your mood, even your energy, how you intake things, how you operate, new dreams for yourself, possibly new goals, new revelations to lead you places. And so it's like, okay, now I have this. What do I need to let go of? What am I holding on to allow this to happen? To give me that clean, proper slate, that new start, that new beginning, a new leap ahead. And it's, if you can see, it is literally the first snow, you know? Or it's just really far out and not much, but you would still see animal tracks possibly if it's the first snow, just small ones, not big ones, but there's still, wolves and whatnot out there. So this is giving me definitely the first snow. And when I am currently recording this, we are in that fall season going into winter, but whenever you find this, this is for you. But it's really giving me that you came off with some information, some news, some blessing, something big, something that you are now recognizing, okay, what do I need to release? I've got this new perspective, news. What do I need to release? What do I need to truly let go of? And how do I possibly release it? How do I possibly let go? So let's take a further look and see what you possibly may need to release and let go of. And the fact that I keep saying that perspective, new information, and even if we give it like it could be the first no, it may not be. It's again this more information happening for you. And so it's almost like I'm seeing the dictionary. I like update the dictionary every year with new words, with new information as the times change, right? And then as words kind of slowly fall out of being in kind of main use, depending on what dictionary you go to, it gets pulled from the dictionary. It doesn't get pulled from history. It just gets pulled from the dictionary because it's not something that is an everyday New Age use. So even with knowledge and information, you may be having to release some information, not completely reboot it out of your history, but it's not necessarily needed for your everyday life. It's kind of like what I said in the short when I was like, it's good to have band-aids on hand versus needing to go get a band-aid when you need one. We have foundations and achievements. This is the Four of Wands energy. Four of Wands is about action, movement within your physical body, within your environment, things changing. It is about creativity. It is about progress and vitality within that energy to actually push it forward. So with foundation and achievements is letting me know that you have recognized something within your foundation, within your goals that you truly want to set forth. And so you will need a plan, setting up something for that. And so what you need to release is possibly, I'm hearing a lack of discipline, possibly, it's going to sound crazy, wanting that outside, like I need to be seen in a way, and not like I need to be seen, thank you, Spirit, for correcting me, but in a way of feeling like if I don't get recognition right away or at all for some time, that I'm still able to still keep that forward, maybe releasing the ideas of what other people put on you, and recognizing that, maybe releasing the confinement and restriction to get those achievements, to get those goals, to make sure that they are solid and set up for you. And thinking about yourself as well, releasing again the ideas of what possibly people are expecting from you as well. Definitely working on your foundation because we literally have the Four of Pentacles. Firm foundation, so you could be seeing a whole lot of fours. 444, 414, 424. I'm hearing what's the 411. So a lot of, again, information. Again, it's kind of like that dictionary analogy that I gave. It's like just because you're taking some words out means you could possibly adding in more information to your vocabulary, more funds into your account. I was watching Hope Giselle, and she was like, "Yes, the documentary, like it's still coming out. You know what it is. Shouts out to you." She was like, "The documentary is still coming out. The documentary is still coming out, but I got more funding. So now I can do a whole lot more. Like it was going to come out anyway, but I got more funding into my project. And so now I can actually do a whole lot more. And I was just possibly going to wait till the next project. And so now it's again this energy of, again, this full moon energy that you're coming off of, this big energy, this balsamic energy, this, and now you're in this waning energy, really going into the darkness essentially of the new moon, of this creation energy, which is why they gave you the wands, and this again foundation energy, the pentacles, this firm solid earth energy, something to truly grow off of and stand with and stand on. And even if you look at this card, there are buildings, but it's showing the mountain that it actually came from. So again, we necessarily don't live on the mountains anymore, possibly, which is funny because this looks like that's possibly the top of the mountain, Ashe. But we took possibly some from the mountains to build this foundation. So again, that dictionary analogy where it's taking something and making something new with it, with this energy, with allowing that to come in and standing on something firm. So it's also to release an idea that you don't have a firm foundation as well, that fear possibly to create and go after those things, to get those achievements, those certificates, um, to just put that talent, that energy out there, releasing the idea, the perception of other people and how they think about you, because they may not know. Kind of like I was like, this could be the first snow, this could be the fifth snow they got him, year for this card, but we don't know because we're not present. And so it's also letting me know that to be a lot more present in yourself and in your body, and again, what you're putting forward. Because the Four of Pentacles is also, if you're thinking too much about the outcome, um, in a sense of like it has to be set up this way and this way and this way and this way and this way, you're going to miss the entire point of the outcome in the first place, which is this is how I want to feel, this is what I want it to be, this is what the longevity of it I want it to be, and being able to create that. Yeah, we got the Nine of Solitude coming in here, which is the Hermit card, which is that Virgo energy hilarious. I got the idea from talking to my Virgo brothers, so that can be very significant as well. But with this going in energy, like I said, it's this blank page. You have some information, you have some truth, you have some realizations, you have something, like I said, this full moon energy that you're coming off of. So take a look. If you do journaling, I'm seeing somebody that writes in their daily planner, or just period, They just write overall. Take a look at the last full moon day and then take a look at what you wrote, is what I'm hearing. Take a look into that, or just take a look at the last moon day and see what pictures you took, or see what you created, or possibly think about how you felt that day. I'm feeling like that is very significant because I keep bringing it up. Something that happened around that energy, around that time, because I also believe it was eclipse moment is around that time, but something that happened that lets you know that your foundation needs to change in order for it to be solid enough for you to feel like you can stand on, you can build on, you can grow off of, and you can shift and change as well. Okay. Ooh, let's get some final messages here for you. Yeah. Yeah. Ashe. Ashe. It's like, yeah, it's perfect. All right, so we have the Five of Cups coming in here, emotional loss. So, like I said, it could have been a real shift in perspective, in thought, in information, in something where it hurt you. You know, essentially, it could have been finding out some truth that you didn't want to be the truth, or the confirmation of some truth. It could have been having to let go of something that you were really working on, with that being right under foundation and achievements. And the Four of Wands is simply about that partnership coming together, that unity, that growth. It could have been the emotional loss of a partner and recognizing things of that sort. It can have been the emotional loss of something within your career. It's something around that, but with it being in the reverse is letting me know that again, it needed to be released. With it saying, what do you need to release? And the only thing that you currently have with the word loss or letting go is emotional loss, is something that you are holding on to in an emotional way. It is already going out of your way physically, which is why you got the Four of Pentacles, this firm foundation, something now solid to build off of on the physical world. You're able to go further and farther and grow. And whatever it is, it could be your career. Now you're getting a whole lot more visuals from people that want to do partnerships with you. It can be in your company, people are noticing things after a loss process within the company. You notice the huge part that you played in it. I'm seeing somebody getting fired, but it's like that moment where they fire somebody and they realize that they did all the work, and so they hired them as an outside source, twice the amount that they were getting paid. It's kind of like this, like it hurts you, and it's not anything light and easy, but it's something that works to again build this foundation. That is currently what is being worked on for you right now. Is your foundation. I looked at myself, but looked at myself in a way that was not me looking at myself. I checked. But a lot of that's happening because you also got disruption, which is a Tower card. And with it being upright, it is something that you had no part in playing. There's nothing that you could have done. This is an outside force working for your good and for your what? Foundation. I cannot make this up. So again, it is a disruption to your foundation. It's like I watched this dude because I like watching house videos and things that sort of like interior decorating. I love it because I'm all about feng shui and energy and all those things in the home because I'm a homebody. Anyhow, anyway, we might move forward on that could be significant because it is right under the Solitude card, which has a tower behind it. Okay. I radiate. Sorry, it's a and then good girl. But it had nothing to do with you. It was going to happen regardless because it needed to happen for your foundation to be better. And with us again at the time period, but it's the winter, the energy of winter essentially, where it's like most people go into they kind of stock up so that we don't have to go out into the cold, clean the ice off the car, all this stuff, all those things. If you live further up north, if you know, you know. But even around that winter season, some things may be out of season, so certain things you can't even get at grocery stores. So even in that sense, no matter where you are, it's things where you're like prepping, when you're preparing for this moment where you won't have possibly as many resources as you're used to, but having to use the resources that you already had. Going back to that dictionary analogy, you're adding in some new stuff now, adding in some new ways of doing it because of this disruption, because of this tower moment, so that way you can build a foundation that knows how to thrive and not survive, not just trying to work to live, you know, any of those things. because you also, right under this, a lot of blessings in the financial department, because you have the Three of Pentacles, recognition and reward right under the Four of Pentacles. So again, it's this growth and recognizing that if I'm working on my foundations and my own achievements, my own goals, because I know that this will build this for me and grow my knowledge, grow my standing, grow my legacy, grow my lineage, whatever, so forth, have you, and allow me to even further love and take care of myself. That is where it leads to recognition and reward. After you built that foundation, after you've known yourself, after you put yourself out there, because you're like, okay. And it doesn't have to be on a visual scale like this. It can just be like, I'm going to start putting myself out there more at work and start talking to people. And then doing this. Or I'm going to start putting myself out there more and finding more events closer to me so that way I can build stronger community around people. All these things is whatever it is, and being recognized for you just being you, because you're recognizing I'm in all parts of my life. And so that leads to the final card that you guys have, which is the Six of Swords, moving on. You are now mentally moving on. You've allowed that emotional loss to shape your physical foundation, your energy, your realm. You allowed it to shape your creativity, your outlets for pursuing your achievements and goals. And that has allowed you to mentally know that I am free, I am stable, and I can trust in what I have created and cultivated. So that has been what you need to release, and that is essentially what you need, is this emotional attachment to whatever is no longer here, and or the revelation to what has been presented to you, because your foundation is getting an entire 180 placed on it. And that is going to allow you to mentally release this conflict, to feel like things are always happening to you, and recognize that it's happening for me, so that way I can continuously grow. Okay, but that has been your reading, pile number uno. And I love you. Love yourselves more. Until next time. Alrighty, pile number two. This is for, it's bothering me, you. Okay. So your question, your essential interview question for yourself, that you haven't answered, that the card that you got is full moon energy, surrender to the divine. So your question will be along the lines of, how do I have faith when you're possibly seeing a whole lot of things going around? Because full moon is, again, it's illuminated. It is bright outside. That's what it's for. It's so that way you can see in the dark, illuminate those spaces that possibly were hiding or felt like they were hiding, because just because you ain't seen them, you really hiding. Ashe. So you possibly got some real like truth is the word that is just coming to mind. Just some real gutter truth. It's like, oh my God, I don't know why they're giving me this visual, but you know how you clean out the dishes and you you can clean out the dishes and you touching something at the bottom of that water, and it makes your skin recoil, and just like, and it's only like food in there that you have already consumed, but just the thought of it, and you just like, but then once you drain it, you're like, this is all it was a noodle or something. But in that moment, it just made you just go, disgusting. But once you recognize what it was, like, okay, I can throw it away with a lot less, you know? And so that energy is kind of what it's giving me. It's like something before this full moon energy happened, before a revelation, a resolution, a climax, the peak, the big emotional burst happened. It's like something disrupted your soul. Something made you question something, question yourself, question them, question the energy. It made you doubt spirit, possibly made you doubt your own power, question your own power, your own force of energy. Something happened where it made you recoil, like contract inside of self. But kind of go into this moment of, again, being like, will this work out? Can this work out? Is my faith as strong as it really is? Because, like my faith is moving mountains, like the mountains is encroaching. So it's kind of like with this surrender to the divine. It's like, have I truly been surrendering, or have I been trying to still take control? Am I still taking control? So with this recoil, it's something that and you notice or confirmed, didn't get yet confirmed, excuse me, where it's like, am I really seeing that right? Am I hearing that right? Or why is my body reacting in this way? And my nose is going crazy. It is itching like crazy. You probably seen it when I came on. It's like itching, and it was not doing it in the first room. It was not. I don't didn't change anything in my routine. But nose is also about trusting your intuition. Follow your nose. You're right on the nose. It's right on the head. So it's the fact that I'm itching it like crazy. It's like going wild. Um, it's definitely letting me know that. Let me get a little bit of my coming in there. So really recognize that you can trust your intuition, no matter how things may look, feel, smell, taste. Recognize that, and if things are shifting, kind of like, okay, this doesn't feel as good as it used to. Um, so much better. This doesn't feel as good as it used to, or my body's reacting a different way. My mind is thinking this, or I peeped something I didn't peep before, or what whatever it is, spirit is saying, trust that, recognize that, or you're getting visions about things like, I don't know how I'm going to create that. I don't know how that's going to happen. I don't know how that's going to work out. All these things, and it's just like, okay, you're giving me this, you're telling me this. How am I going to move there? How am I going to buy this? How am I going to set this up? How am I going to meet this person? Like, I don't know any contacts to get a hold of them, you know? And so it's all this, again, questioning, like, is this really going to work out? Can it work out? Or you feel like it only works out when I feel like I'm breaking my back and I'm doing all this and that and struggling. So with this surrender to the divine, it's almost asking, like, can you surrender to the divine? Do you trust in the divine that you're surrendering to? Do you believe that that is possible for you? Like, it's kind of like, almost like, do you feel like your faith is there? Like, are you struggling with your faith? Do you know? So it's kind of some interview questions for you and about that. Like, is what I'm seeing real? Is that really happening? Did that really go down? Is this really where my life is right now? Yeah, let's get some further clarification for how to your interview question, spirit. I love being right. And you should love being right too, because you got motherfucking intuition. You got motherfucking intuition, the high priestess energy. No, not high priestess, excuse me. This is let me be right. If I'm right, this is definitely for your reading. Because now I'm questioning myself. And I don't like questioning myself. But I know I can get the answer. I love being right. I'm absolutely right. It's high priestess. That is a sign, because I'm like, I know I'm right, but something is like, are you right? Yeah, pay attention to that. Pay attention to that too. Like, are you sure you're right? Are you sure that's what you mean? Are you sure that's what you want to do? Are you sure that's how you're going to set it up? Trust your intuition. Trust that you know what the fuck you're talking about. Thank you, Spirit Ashe. Because I'm like, that's definitely the high priestess. Because fertility is the other one, is the empress. So obviously this is gonna, so it's again knowing the knowledge that you have, the information that you have, or you just gathered, or even the blessing that you received, and recognizing that you are worthy of it because you have been following your intuition. And you know how they call it a blind faith? That's what I'm currently in right now. So being like, my faith ain't, no, it's okay to be like, I don't know if it's gonna work out. Are y'all sure y'all hearing me? Are y'all sure y'all listening? Like, it's okay. Because I feel like if you are working with the divine, with God, with the universe, with Allah, with Buddha, whomsoever you put your energy into, you should be working with people that you should be okay with being like, are you even listening to me? I like to say, these are relationships that you're having. And relationships come with respect. Relationships come with communication. Relationships come with having those hard questions, those hard thoughts. Relationships come with reassurance. Relationships come with growth. So recognizing that this is a relationship, if I'm struggling to have, like, is this really working out? Is this really going to move? And is what I'm really seeing, it's okay to be like, yes, I trust my intuition, but give me that reassurance. Bombard me with signs when I'm questioning. And that is okay. Because that's the relationship that you are building and having. Depending on what's going on or what I hear, I'm like, okay, that's spirit. I know what that's spirit. Okay, they hear me. Okay, something's about to happen around this. And that allows you to notice signs like whenever this happens, this happens. Whenever this goes on, this goes on. And it allows you to even further trust your intuition. Better communication in all ways. Yeah. Because the high priest is also with the intuition and knowing. It's about this divinity that they have. This interconnection of divinity that they have with the divine and knowing and understanding. Yeah, a lot of twos. Woo! A lot of twos. Two right here for intuition and two of pentacles. Movement, choices, decisions. 222, 212, 262, 284, 202. I don't know if I said that already. 221, 112. Yeah. What is that? February? Around February, something around February. That's the month that I'm getting, obviously, for February. But also, what's that one month? December, the 12th month, that 1-2 month. I said, what's that? So Capricornic energy, endings energy, completion energy. Yeah, you're going to have to make a decision. And they want you to know that the decision that you're going to make and the decision that you have made and where you're going is going to continuously allow you to open up doors and enhancements. And knowing that no matter what you choose, no matter what option it is, that you led yourself here. You got yourself here. And they were presented to you. These options, these opportunities, I want you to remember, were presented to you. So whether you accept it or not, that means, oh, I'm being seen in a way that people want to bless me with gifts. People want to bless me with trips. People want to bless me with support. People want to bless me with love. People, because that's what I am. That's how I'm moving and operating and knowing that I'm deserving of that. So releasing that control from and just like, okay, if this is what I'm seeing and feeling and knowing in my body, why would I deny that? It's like a moment I'm seeing somebody like, hey, you really want to come out, and you know that you are tired. And you've been saying you've been wanting to work on your FOMO, your fear of missing out, feel like you're going to miss an opportunity, a chance, excitement, and an experience. And you're working on that. And you've been talking to spirit about that. And so now your body is tired, because your body is also something to follow your intuition too. It's not just visions and seeing signs. It's when your body is getting all cramped up or they're tired. It's when your mind can't get a break. That's also your intuition of noticing those things and how it operates, because it's all you, right? So say somebody asks you like, hey, you want to come out? We're going to this place, right? And again, you're tired. You're like, then I got to think about clothes. And now you're like, then I'm going to be mentally tired. I'm already physically tired. Then I'm going to be mentally tired. And I'm going to have to pair this and all this and then figure that out. And you're just like, no. My fear, why would I want to go off of fear of missing out? And now I'm operating off of the fear of missing out instead of the knowing, the calmness, the sureness of knowing if I stay in and take that rest, this opportunity is going to come back in some different way and possibly better when I'm actually ready for it. I was talking yesterday to my sister and her brother, and I was like, and we were talking about dreams, and they were like, you ever open, like we were talking about opening doors and stuff, and they was like, did they ever see you? I was like, no, I'm always invisible, because I was like, if I'm walking through a door that is for me, you're going to see me. And so it's that energy of recognizing that as well. Okay. 6 of Cups, memories of loss. What did I say? It's something that you're recognizing, that you want to work on, that you want to shift. And now it's trusting your intuition to lead you there, or something that you want to achieve, that you feel like you want to have, whether that be a house, whether that be a career, in whatever, whether that be a relationship romantically, whether that be being able to travel, whatever it is recognizing. Again, and kind of this, I'm not missing out on anything. I'm not missing an opportunity. I'm not missing a chance. I am being pushed even forward to where I need to go. And 6 of memories of love is again that nostalgia energy of looking back on things that you enjoyed, that you experienced, and recognizing that it can happen again. It can happen again. I'm hearing it can happen again, because if it was for you, it is always going to be for you. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. You got a lot of protection around you. I love that. That's why they really also want you to surrender. It's like buying a car, but anytime you get into the car, you're terrified to drive the car because you're like, I don't know. It's just like, why get something that you don't feel protected and driving on the road? Or get in a house in a neighborhood and you're like, I really didn't want it, but and you're always on alert, this high energy of being on alert. And so, yeah, just recognize that. And I feel like that may not be your energy either. Because we have the Seven of Swords here, deception and envy. And that's coming right under memories of love. So whatever you lose within this recognition of this acknowledgement that you have, then this feeling you possibly have around an environment or a person or an energy, just recognize that that's where it's coming from. And it can possibly be that like, oh, you gonna miss out and try to get this. No, 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 no. I don't miss out on anything. And with the memories of love coming right over the deception and envy, it can be looking like, oh, they could have been this, or we could have been this, or we could have had this, or whatever. There's this recognition of like, this person is who they really are. So take people for who they really are, to take situations for what it actually is, trusting and believing in that. And knowing that, because on either side, again, you had 2 on this side. Now you got 1 on either side. Base chakra, that root chakra, which also works out with the crown chakra, which is hilarious because you got the awareness card, which is the knowing card, the magician card, okay? And taking that in here. That's something got me fucked up. That's not really getting to check something. Oh my god, I got bit by a mosquito. Yeah, as soon as I was talking about that, y'all see that fly in my face? It was a fucking mosquito. It bit me on my goddamn cheek. Oh my gosh. Yeah, so if somebody spirit's telling you about something or somebody, or I'm hearing an event or something that doesn't feel right, like it's almost whatever it is, be mindful of that. Because the fact that it was a mosquito and I had to smack it and it still got a little, it thought it got me, but no, be mindful of that. Because somebody and some things just want your energy, especially since I said you're always around this abundance, these opportunities, these choices, because they see you. So recognize this with the magician card, the awareness card, that you are alchemizing these things in your favor. You are pulling these opportunities and destinies to you in these chances. So recognize that, because you're like, oh my God, somebody just invited me, but I was so fucking tired. And now I'm getting this, like, oh my God. And it works out because it's supposed to work out with how you are working out with this balance of stability and spirituality and the physical. Okay? So, to answer your question, how to surrender to the divine, trust what you are seeing, trust what you are feeling. If you need reassurance and extra guidance, get that from them. And that is A-okay, because that is the relationship and how you continuously build it. Because imagine you be like, Spirit, trust me, I'm going to do this. And they never trust you. Spirit, this is what I want to do. This is what I deserve. And they don't believe you. That's exactly how it works with the divine. You telling them and they telling you they're going to do something and set it up, but you don't believe. You're feeling this in your energy, but you don't. I think you don't feel it. It works the same way. The exact same way. Imagine they never believe you, never have faith in you, in your energy that you know that you have, your power. Okay? So, I love you, pal number 2. Love yourself more. Until next time. All right, pal number 3. This is for you, my darlings, my loves. Let's go ahead and take a look and see what question for yourself, needs to be asked, is hitting for you. So, we have full moon in Libra. A win-win outcome is forecast. So you've been questioning, will this work out? Can this work out? Will I have enough money for this? Will I ever be loved? Because this is a Libra card. Will I ever be loved and seen for myself and viewed in that way? Will I be supported? Will it, whatever question you've been asking, like, will this work out in my favor, essentially? Will this work out for my good, for my betterment? It's essentially like, yes, the only outcome is a win-win, and not like a win is a win, like, oh shit, look it, I'll accept it. It's like, no, If you choose this direction, you're going to win. You're going to succeed. If you choose this direction, you're going to win. You're going to see. You're going to have some decisions to make, which makes sense because again, that Libra energy. I was going to call them Liberian Libra energy coming in here, and so it's recognizing that it is on the forecast. Libra is about justice. It is about balance. It is about harmonization in relationships and with self. It is about viewing this energy in such growth and alignment and allure and attractiveness and alignment with how you are allowing yourself to tip your own scales and research the balance of what is needed. I'm seeing that one scene from Joseph and the King of Dreams, I believe is what it's called, the movie. I don't remember. You know what I'm talking about. And he's a young little Tristan child. You watched it. It's about Joseph and his dreams. And in the story, it's about not Pharaoh, but somebody's like under Pharaoh. I don't know who the hell they were called back then. Um, but it was somebody that was selling him a horse, and it was an amazing horse. But he had falsified the scales, and so when he was doing the money, it was to make him add on more money than what was necessary, obviously, to balance things out. And so Joseph noticed this, like, hey, and like he walked over there like afterwards, and he was like, hey, get it from over there, the person that fucked up the scales. And when he took it off, he noticed that the scale was like, it's not supposed to be like this. When nothing's on there, it's supposed to be balanced because nothing's on there. It's equal. But it wasn't, and then he noticed it. Obviously, the dude got sentenced to either jail or death. I don't remember, but it's something. It's like you are buying something, right? You're the person. You're the person under. Again, I don't know, but it's somebody really high in command because the motherfucker was buying a horse. He had servants. He had his own little place, palace, a whole little. He was almost like a duke. He had his own little. Yep, you get it. He had his own little thing, his providence or whatever that he was over. I think it's word. I guess that's the word. So he wasn't something lightly. So that also feels like you're not somebody that's just to be taken lightly. And Joseph, how he peeped it. That's like your higher self, your ancestors, the universe is like something is not right. So this can be you noticing the way that you are receiving or getting love, and possibly the love that you're giving out. This can be in regards to you wanting to get a house in a certain area, or you wanting to travel, and not knowing how to do. It's a lot of things that sort of being like, should I, could I, will it, can it? So that's kind of like the interview question with yourself. It's like, will it work out? Can it work out? And if it does work out, how long will it last? So let's go ahead and get into Pile 3 Spirit for their questions. And full moons, again, are about resolutions, understandings, knowledge, getting to know information. And so with the 5 of Swords coming out, conflict and defeat, this is letting me know. Oh, thank you, Spirit. You ever have a moment where you're arguing with somebody, or you're like discussing something with somebody or something, and it's a conflict, it's a battle, or you're going through something with a neighbor, or you're going through something, and you just like, you know what? I don't have any more energy for this, any more time for this. This is stressing me out more than it needs to for me to get the resolution that I want, for me to get what is necessary. And so what feels like defeat at the moment for you, like, I don't have time, I don't want to deal with this, or the energy where you feel like possibly they won, or you feel drained, or you feel tired, or you feel just over it, or you feel whatever, where you feel like I was going through something and I just kind of gave up on trying to continuously go through something. And so where you put your hands up, like, I'm not pushing my body anymore, I'm not mentally stressing myself out anymore, whatever it is, or, and I'm not going to argue with you anymore. You right, you got it, whatever it is. In this sense, what felt like a defeat, Spirit is saying, especially with this being swords, which is about your mental, your perspective, the logic, the actual situational standing of things, right? But how it conflicts with you, obviously, mentally, it wasn't a defeat. It's almost like I'm hearing conflict and surrendering. and recognizing, you know what, I'm not going to be fighting every single battle that gets put on my table. I'm not a war general. I'm not a tyrant. So why am I consistently fighting and going through and pushing and going through all this? It's not necessary at all. And so with this, it's like it is reversed, but Spirit is going to flip it. If you get it, you got it. You do Terry, you don't do Terry, watch your Ashe. But it's the waiting game. And this is the Two of Wands. And Two of Wands is about action, creativity, your mindset, your vitality, your purpose, and living in your purpose and doing it. And so with it coming in reverse with being flipped, Spirit is having me flip this. Because letting me know that the waiting game is over. As soon as you recognize, I'm not going to be involved in this anymore. I'm not going to set this up anymore. I'm not going to keep telling you anymore. I'm not going to keep begging anymore. I'm done. I'm not going to keep, anytime something I'm like, oh, let me go attack it. Oh, let me go attack it. This happens. I'm not going to fight it. I'm not going to have this conflict, this energy inside of my body. So what felt like a waiting game for you to get your wins, for you to get your true start, your new beginning, I'm hearing, okay, I can finally move. Damn, I can finally buy that car. Damn, I can finally go ahead and buy this ring. Yes, I can go ahead and finally buy a new wardrobe. I can finally go talk to this person. It's where you feel like possibly conflicting with yourself and confidence. Like, I can talk to this person. I can accept this love. I can put myself out there. It's like the waiting game is over because you recognize what I was fighting was a distraction. What I was fighting was hindering me. What I was fighting was delaying me from what truly is a win-win outcome. Yeah, my palm is itching right here. Ashe. And so with that understanding, right under conflict and defeat, we have the Fool card, upright, new beginnings. You being able to, as Miss Frizz would say, take chances, make mistakes, and get messy. Ask even more questions, be inquisitive, be in this childlike energy, this childlike surge of knowing that no matter what happens, it's going to be taken care of. We didn't have to worry about getting, book bags and all this stuff or something, all this stuff. But we just like, they're going to take care of it. She make sure I got school supplies. I gave her the list. She make sure the school supplies is got so I can go to school. And it's kind of like that with the energy that you have with the divine, with God, and recognizing, okay, I told them, I give them a list of what I need or what needs to happen for this. And not saying like you have been waiting, you haven't been doing anything. You just recognize certain fights and battles just aren't yours to pick up. They are not necessary. They are not needed. I don't need to do or even the restrictions. You're just like, no. And so with this new beginning coming under conflict and defeat, like I said, that's surrender. Where it may have felt or you thought that you lost the battle or gave over or up your power was actually calling your power back to you, your energy back to you, your source, your blood, your essence back to you. So that way you can go on this new beginning with all parts of yourself. And not saying that they were missing, but just knowing that you have all parts of yourself. Because now, right under the waiting game, which is also the Two of Wands, we have the Two of Pentacles. Movement, choices, and decisions. Again, balancing of the spiritual and the practical. Again, that balance and energy coming in. So like I said, if something has been feeling off kiltered, something has not been feeling right, or is it going to happen? Things don't look like it's actually going to work out with what I'm feeling or seeing or what I have been planning to do. What is that affirmation where it's like you can plan everything, but the best thing that ever happens in your life can happen tomorrow. So it's that energy. You haven't, like I said, you've still been working and going, you're just recognizing. So with this moving, you're getting much of that opportunity, that chance. It's like I'm seeing somebody on like Craigslist or like OfferUp, and they're like have been bookmarking cars or whatever. And then they just decided on one night, you know what, I'm kind of conflicting myself. I don't have enough money. I got just enough. I got just, or whatever it is. And so they just send out a message. And then they get a message back from somebody being like, oh my God, I forgot I have posted this. I've been trying to get rid of this for so long. Nobody's been reaching out. I was actually going to have it till tomorrow and not even make any money. What's your offer? Because I need it gone. What's your offer? And you're like, do. perfect. Come grab it. This. Da, 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 da. It's things like that where you're like, like I said, it can even be an internal something where you're conflicting and you surrender. And you're like, I'm just gonna butter myself. I'm gonna just see what happens. I'm gonna just mention them. What the worst they can say is no. So again, it's recognizing that I have movement in my bodies to make choices, to have actions and decisions to allow it to go. So where you feel like you've possibly been waiting, it honestly feels like you've been waiting on yourself. That's essentially, yes. Shay. Okay, a lot of twos coming out, which is about partnership, which makes sense with the Libra energy. This divine partnership, this divine love, this divine growth coming in here. So we got spiritual union with Two of Cups, where they're pouring into this infinite possibilities of love and growth and companionship. Like, it's powerful. And it doesn't just have to be romantic. It can be platonic, whatever, your spirit and energy. It can be even a deeper connection in your romantic and platonic relationships as well, leading to an even more spiritual union on this physical plane. And so with that being said, we also have the Four of Swords. Like I said, it could have been a lot of things that were mentally conflicting you. And so with this rest and rejuvenation, with this release of feeling like you have to do everything, but just doing what you need to at the moment, is a lot more powerful and allows for that new growth, that new change. I'm seeing somebody getting ahead. I'm like, yes, this is exactly what I needed. I was putting it off, putting it off, putting it off. Should I? And I just did it. So it's something where you have been putting off, waiting, or fighting, and you either release or you just allow yourself to do it. Because that leads to the Magician card. Again, you're at a new start. You're at a new beginning. This is going to be brand new for you. So walk with that faith and also that compassion to give yourself that grace of knowing that this is your first time in this new energy, in this new era, in this new plane of existence in that sense. So with this awareness card, the Magician card, and it's coming right under the spiritual union, it's letting me know that not only are you going to have this alchemization with others around you, but with the divine, with yourself, to be aware of what to do and how to do it, and operating in that sense. So if you wondering, is it going to work out? Can it work out? Did I do the right thing? Can I do it? Yeah, a lot of scratching on the right hand, which is about receiving. It is a win-win outcome for you. It is a win-win. So know that when you decided to release and let go of that control or that fear or that confliction, that was what was needed to get you back in balance. Okay? So I love you, pile number 3. I love yourselves more. Until next time.